All right, welcome to the show, guys. Welcome to the show. All I saw was on a Discord, someone says they're craving for a live. I'm like, damn. Okay, fine. Let me jump onto this because I was actually going to go and do a few bits and bobs, but I am free, so I thought, okay, I'll do this, not to worry. If you're new to the channel, guys, smash those like, hit that subscribe button. Let's get the community rolling. Let's get YouTube knowing as well. Also, if you're watching this later, make sure to leave some comments below as well. Let me know what you think about the stream, how you feel, if there's anything you want to talk about. So yeah, let's make this stream awesome and like, share, subscribe, obviously if you haven't already, and smash this thing. Right, so I see Albin here, awesome, awesome, awesome. Costin here, awesome, my brother. El Bubble here. Okay, okay. El Bubble said something. High 9, I think. Yeah, I think that's his new high 5. So he's doing a high 9, 4 plus. Alex here, awesome, awesome. High 5 bubble. Yes, he got it. So, okay, Stream Elements bot running. Okay, it's a new bot. I had no idea I had a new bot there, but awesome, awesome, awesome. So let's talk about this, right? So how's the market? What's going on? Want to talk about all of this stuff, obviously, and very importantly, where we are right now and how does it look. So if you are looking at the screen right now, there's one thing you may have noticed, that the market actually looks positive. Not only that, if you do look at these two candles here, and remember I use a specific indicator, custom made indicator, to actually tell me if the market is bullish or bearish or who's in control. So just by looking at this, and I'm just trying to check the chats, guys, let's see what's going on. So I see Mr. C here, awesome, awesome, awesome. So just by looking at this, I see currently we have bulls in control, and this is the total market cap. So remember, this is some seriously, seriously big data. We're not looking at individual coins here, because the problem is when you look at individual coins, you sometimes get distracted, from how positive they look or how negative they look. So sometimes what you have to do is just look at the bigger picture, and that's what we're doing here right now. I see Skin and Bones. Hey, bro. Awesome, my brother. Nice to see you. I see SM here. Also, my brother. Why are alts performing better than ETH and BTC? Because it's an alt season. And currently, all of this is happening because of the alts, right? But remember one thing, right? It happens over and over again in every bull cycle that we've ever had. We see these massive push up from the big boys, layer ones, right? So they push up. Then the layer twos kind of start moving as well. So we've had this, and then everything else starts moving as well. And then suddenly everything ends. Okay, so we're not going to go to the doomsday scenario here, but what we're seeing is BTC reacted. All right, yesterday what BTC did was it reacted. It says, okay, look, I want to be bullish. And this was what BTC did yesterday. It says, I want to be bullish. And you can see these two candles was complete bull control. Of course, we're looking at a bigger picture and we're saying, well, yes, it's fine. Yes, we have been bullish for the last 2 days. Yes, we have had a confirmation candle, which is pretty much holding. I mean, it's not the best candle. If you look at this, very indecisive. Yes, it's holding. So we can give it some credit, but not quite as much as we want, because remember, we have this trend line here. We have this significant neckline around this area here, which we need to still invalidate, right? And then we have this bigger one down here, which we need to invalidate. So of course, we're not bullish yet, but so far everything is indicating bullish. We've been in control, so we can say, yes, we got to give credit where it's due. All right. And when we talk about altcoins pumping and this and that, it's part of the cycle. It's exactly what happens, right? And you can see this over and over again where, when the market ends at a specific date, right? Previously, for example, on BTC, if we start going back to specific dates, right? And I want to see how far I can go back with this, right? So if we go back to, what is this, 19, let me try and see 18. Yep, so if not 17, sorry. So if we go back here, what you see is BTC ended on a specific date, 17th of December 2017. Boom, that's it. BTC ended. But that didn't end for Ethereum. So this is when Ethereum started shining. If you look carefully at this particular time on Ethereum's history, what you see, Ethereum shined. So remember, Ethereum is also a layer 2, but Ethereum shined on the 14th of January. So what you're seeing here is a month later, So Ethereum still continued to pump. And then a month later, it showed that data. And I can show you some more coins around that time. So this is a problem I'm going to have is like there's 15,800 or whatever new coins here. During 2017, we only had a couple of thousand coins. So it's going to be very difficult for me to pick one. But I'll pick some of the old ones. For example, XRP. Let's look at what day did XRP shine. And that will kind of make sense to you, right? So if we just look at XRP and then we move back to the 2017 area, and what you're going to see is this is 2018. Yep, exactly. So this is the area. When did XRP shine? 4th of January. So you see how we had this difference where BTC stopped and it started dumping down, crashing, complete market crash. And then the alt started pushing back up again. So that's the kind of a thing you will see in these cycles. But obviously, you know, some of us who've been through one or two of these cycles, or others who have actually observed the cycles before, know that yes, it's absolutely fine. This is pretty much how it reacts. You push the big one. Big ones are giving the signals. Yes, market's ready to roll. And then people start picking all the other coins that they see in the coin market cap. Basically, they're looking for the cheap bargains or assuming it's going to pump. So the money starts filtering in from layer 1 to layer 2. And once layer 2 is pumped enough, people take the money out of layer 2 and then give it one final push for the alts. So that's what's happening right now. And technically, alts are leading, by the way. Last few weeks to a few weeks, alts have been leading. I think somebody asked me a few weeks ago as well, are we in an altcoin season? I'm like, yes, we are. This is an altcoin season. This is definitely an altcoin season. So, you know, that's how the market reacts anyways, just to let you guys know. So keep calm. Don't worry too much about it. Skin and Bones says, have a look at Matic. Good growth. Missed the buy in, but oh well. No, but Matic is a layer 2. So, of course, Matic as a layer 2 will react. Remember, layer 1, layer 2, altcoins, right? Matic is technically an altcoin, obviously, but it is a layer 2, right? So when you look at Matic, it's a layer 2. And again, same story. You can see what Matic is doing right now. I mean, Matic, there's not really much to see. So I'm just going to go with this one because it didn't exist around the 2017 area, okay? Just literally, you know, came out very recently. But the point I'm trying to make here is, yes, you see a nice little significant pump. It's great. It's testing its previous resistance. These are the times when you get to see that parabola. You know, when you see money filtering out of BTC, Ethereum, whatever, it's a final push. You know, however, if this market cycle is in continuation mood, like I mentioned the other day, if we are still continuing with this cycle and we want to go, then trust me, this is nothing. Because what happened is, even with Ethereum, for example, back in 2017, or 2018 technically now, it didn't really do much on the first leg up. So while BTC was pumping, and remember, BTC was in a parabola, or kind of the bull run itself, right? So if we go back to BTC, I'll leave Matic here for a second. I just want to show you BTC. So if you look at BTC back in, so where is this? 2017, yeah. You can see how it started around here, how Bitcoin bull run started around here from 2015 and went all the way to 2018 technically, right? So it was a good old, like almost 3 years. A lot of people don't realize this. They like to call it, oh, bull run's 2017, but no, the reality is something else. It was a bloody long bull run. So, and I remember I entered without even knowing I'm in a bull run. You know, I entered around these areas without even knowing. Actually, I entered around this area. I had no idea I'm in a bull run. So you see this bull run happening here, you know, and Ethereum, what it did was around that time, you can see if we go back to this level here, right? Ethereum wasn't really doing much. The price wasn't as much, but then the final push took it to the $1,400. And that's why we ended up getting a $1,400 Ethereum right at that end. So when you got coins like Matic pretty much doing something nice right now as a layer 2, well, that's pretty much because of the same reason that, yes, right at the end of the cycle, you're going to see that final push to give it the all-time high. And these are the times when we hit those targets that we've made before, like when we've said like we might hit the $3-4, you know. Excuse this chart, this message chart. But when we talked about these targets here, and I'll show you what I mean. I actually have Matic here, if I'm correct. there. And you can see the target we had was around here, the $2. Wow, okay, this is awesome. So the target we had was, the range we had was around this $2 something, whatever it was. You can see we've just hit that anyway, so that's fine. We've hit the first target. And then you can see the final target that we actually already have on this chart was a Fibonacci target, which is the $4 and 15 cents or whatever. That's where we're looking at Matic going to. But we've been looking at this way back. In fact, if you look at this particular indicator, the Fibonacci was placed back in May. We actually calculated this way back in May, that's where we need to go. You know, so it's not something that just suddenly just appeared. These charts are already here, guys. You know, because the probability of these things doing a higher high is a lot higher, you know, especially at the end of a cycle. Remember the confusion, the yo-yo markets, right? It's all about pure confusion. You will not know where to enter. You're only going to enter after you've seen the pump, and that is there to catch the people out, catch the people onto the hype train. Because remember, every coin, I always say, if you want to pick up Matic, pick it up at a particular time. You want to pick up this coin, pick it up this time. All of these coins, you've got to be able to pick it up when it's the bloodiest. That's how you control your emotion and you trade like a boss. But if your emotion is, oh, it's pumping now, and you jump on, you're getting caught out, unfortunately. You're falling into the trap. That's what it is. Let's have a look at... and it says, hi all, let me smash that like button. Smash that, bro. Break that. Belgian here. Also, my brother, nice to see you. What's a layer 3 coin? So a layer 3 would technically be, let's have it this way, right? So imagine a layer 1 is something like Bitcoin or Ethereum. If you build a project on top of Ethereum, but not a token, because a token is technically, you can call it a layer 2 or even a layer 3, like it's something to something. It's very simple actually. But imagine the original coding, like Bitcoin is a layer 1. It doesn't have a layer 2 on it yet. Technically, Blockstacks does do a layer 2 on top of Bitcoin, and Lightning Network is a layer 2 on top of Bitcoin. So that's a layer 2 solution. If Blockstacks now builds NFTs, which they do, technically the NFT is being built on Blockstacks, which is a layer 3 to the layer 2. Does that make sense, right? So if you take a scaling solution, which is Matic, on top of Ethereum, that's a layer 2. It's cheaper, it's faster, it's smaller, obviously. You know, and what they've done is they've utilized the main network, so they're still running on the main network, but they're able to run it slightly differently, batch the transactions or do whatnot, and all sorts of other crazy stuff that you can do to reduce the fees, by the way. So they're doing that as a layer 2. But this, remember, the parent network is still Ethereum. And then what they do is now they're allowing you to build on top of their network. That's a layer 2, you know? So we've talked about Paradexes. Technically, Paradexes is a layer 2. All right, but we're not doing the layer 2 type of stuff on it, if that makes sense, because we're not taking over BNB or building a network on top of BNB or reducing BNB's fee structure or anything like this. If we did that, then we're officially a layer 2. You know, we're working more like a layer 3. So layer 2 stroke layer 3, possibly even layer 4 at some stage. So yeah, let's see what happens. I hope this answers your question. Do you think BTC will hit 30K? Possibly. Listen, we're still waiting for our Fibonacci targets, right? When we look at the Fibonacci target, remember there's a very important thing we are looking at, and that's got to do with, where is it? Give me a second, let me get rid of this. We're going to hit the bottom based on something. Based on the log chart. So remember, based on the log growth chart, right, we are going to hit let's see. Based on the log chart, we are going to come to this bottom line at some stage, and we do this over and over again, as you can see here, right? But the stage is growing. So currently, where we had the bottom, remember that before, a few days ago, the bottom was around the 25k, and it's been growing every day, every week. It's been increasing a little bit by little bit. So by the time we, this market ends, if we decide to go parabola, of course, that's great. If we don't, and if we decide to come back and test, yeah, we could easily have the 30k here, you know. And remember, the 30k is not a bad thing. It's just basically, if I put this around here, so what I'm trying to show you is this area here. Let me just zoom into this. It's going to be messy, but I'll just show you. So you see this zone here, right? This is literally our 30k. You know what I mean? This is our 30k. But if I show it to you slightly different, what I'm going to show you is, remember, each one of these lines represents a Fibonacci line. That's like the 100% Fibonacci, 90%, 80%, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, and 0. So think about it this way. Currently, we are finding resistance on the Fibonacci 40% mark. So based on the Fibonacci level, we should be, for a market cycle top, we should hit the top mark. We haven't. We've got rejected at this Fibonacci 6.0. We came back down and we fell. And remember, when we were down here, I said, look, guys, we're too close. We're going to fall. We're going to fall hard. And we did. We fell very hard. And currently we're struggling to get back above the Fibonacci 40%. Okay. Also, if we start looking at some other stuff, so if we just change this around a little bit, and if we start looking at this area here, what you're seeing is the 50-day moving average, the 200-day moving average. This is where we're currently having a massive battle. Okay, the bulls want to control it. We spent 4 days, technically almost 5 days. We spent 4 days below this zone. That's a danger zone. We spent 4 days, and this is the 200-day moving average. Also, I want to just quickly flip something over. Remember, this is a 50-day, but if I put it on a weekly, this becomes a 50-week. And what do you see? We're struggling to get back above this 50-week. So the bulls are trying their best to take us back above this 50-week. Very important level for us. If you observe carefully, look where we are. We've tapped it a few times before, but we never fell below. On this occasion, we did fall below, and we're trying to recover this, right? But during this whole cycle, we've been above this, right? And whenever we fall below, you can see we can stay for a very long time. So we don't want to be below this, right? We don't want to be below this. We want to be over this for as long as possible. So you can see here, 2015, when we came out of this, this was a bull run. And when we re-entered this, by the time we found out, it was too late, and we did go all the way down to the bottom. Okay, so what we're looking for is right now, and this is exactly what the bulls are doing, is trying to control this to take it back above in order to sustain the market, because if it collapses, it's going to come down, and by the time you find out, it's going to be too late. And of course, when we look at it on a daily trend, you can see the 50-week, the 200-week, 50-day and 200-day, and we can predict that there will be some sort of a death cross happening at some stage. I've talked about this on another video as well regarding the death cross. So yeah, everything looking awesome, but as I said, I'm not confident yet. Because this is only currently playing. Let me get these boxes back up again. So this is currently playing inside this, technically a consolidation zone, nothing more. There's nothing fancy about this. There's nothing bullish about this, right? For us to be bullish, we need to invalidate the previous downward trending candles. And we haven't done that. We haven't invalidated all of this area yet. And for us to reverse the trend, we need to invalidate this trend line here, which I have shown you on this chart here. Where is it? Let me bring it over. Here you go, on this chart here, which you can see we do have this trend line here that has not been invalidated, this particular trend line. I can extend it for you if you still want to see it, but that's what it is. We haven't invalidated this. We haven't come back. So this particular trend line here, you can see we haven't invalidated. We have tested it, but no, it's not invalidated yet. And even then it doesn't confirm anything, because now we have this imbalance. We need to create the balance back again. So let's see what happens. And of course, stochastic RSI flashing overbought, which is usually not a good thing, kind of makes you a little bit wary. And obviously, when you start looking at this on a weekly, yes, we are seeing some action. Now, this is some good stuff actually. If you do look at this, so this is giving us an early signal to say yes, the trading activity is picking back up again. People want to trade, but we can see that for ourselves, right? Of course, the markets looks kind of bullish, right? When you look at the total market cap, you can see we went as low as 2 point something trillion, right? And we're currently at 229, which is fantastic, right? 300 billion, almost close to 300 billion came back into the market. All of this is looking awesome, right? And this is also showing that market sentiment, people sentiment is also coming back into the market. Again, awesome. So this is good news for the market, means the market wants to continue. But is this enough for us? Of course, when we're calm, we're cool, we're collected, we understand, we know where we are right now, we see the market for what it is, we say, no, it's not enough for us. We need this to get back to this zone. This, what level is it? This 57K, and then tell us that right now we want to continue, you know? Because all I know that this last 2 days could be the same as this 2 days here, or this 2 days here, or this 3 days here. Do you know what I mean? Because when you look at the market, you have to understand that what does this 2 candles here mean, or 3 candles here mean? Absolutely nothing. It could be the same as this 2 candles. So yes, this is just hope. This is not anything else, because the fact is this is still lower than these candles here, every one of these candles. So we need to create a higher high, not a lower high. So patience, my friends, patience. It's all going to come. I see KR here, awesome. I see Frederick Plump. I have no idea what he's talking about. Albin, so we need to break the 50K to be bullish. No, a lot more than that, bro. 50K doesn't make anything for us. We're close to 50K. 50K doesn't change anything for us. Even this particular 50,700, it doesn't change anything. It just says to us, okay, yeah, we'll give you some benefit of the doubt and credit where it's due. Yes, you're starting to change the trend. That's all it's telling me, nothing else. Yes, you're starting to change the trend, but it doesn't change, it doesn't reverse the trend. It could easily be what's known as a dead cat bounce. And a dead cat bounce literally can last for a few days or a few weeks. It could be a dead cat bounce. It doesn't confirm anything, because when you look at these higher time frames, what you're seeing is this is just a higher low. This is a low. Look at this. This is a low. And all it is just this. It hasn't invalidated anything. It hasn't changed anything. So the bigger data is saying to us, yes, we'll give it the benefit of the doubt, but does it change anything? No, it doesn't change anything, because we're calm. We understand, you know. So let's see what it is, because there's a tough zone here as well. This 51, 52K. We've got a tough zone here at that 53 level. You know, and then we've got this level here, this around the 57 to 58 level. We do have a tough zone, so let's see how that works out. Do you think VET has broken its downtrend? No, it also highly depends on BTC trends. Everything depends on BTC at this moment. Skin and bones, I've mentioned this many times, my brother. BTC and Ethereum are two very, very, very dangerous, very dangerous coins in this market cap, solely because of the dominance that they hold. Okay, which means that the entire market, the 15,000, let's check what the number is today, because I'm sure we've had a few more additions. Yeah, 15,931 coins, right? So 15,929 are dependent on BTC and Ethereum, which hold 40% and 20% respectively. So 60% of the global market is owned by two coins. We are very dependent on both of them. We should not disregard one or the other. You know what I mean? Because they are both there, and they are two very dangerous coins in this entire market right now, because they dictate what direction this market goes. Very dangerous indeed. Very dangerous. Wow. Let's see. Beside launchpads, what else do you do to make money as you wait for BTC to come down? McDonald's. What else do I do to make money? I work. I have a job. I do whatever I can. I do consultancy, I do advising, and I work on projects. Yeah, that's what I do. I'm just a normal guy. I told you, just a normal guy. It's not everything every day about crypto. It's not everything about crypto, and it doesn't matter how much money you make in crypto. You never stop. Crypto is like one of the biggest addictions out there. You literally don't stop. So when I work, whatever I earn, I'll put it back into BTC, or Ethereum or whatever, right? Or maybe even USDT or whatever. But the point is, you don't stop. The moment you stop, then it's like think about it like this, right? So you built yourself a house of cards, crypto, this, that, whatever. You built an empire on it, right? This is your house of cards. Well, if you stop building, it just collapses. It's just not there anymore. There's nothing there. Do you know what I mean? You got to complete it. So completion for me is my mission. My mission until 2030. So basically, I'm going to carry on as long as it takes. Obviously, I got bills to pay. I got to feed myself. So after all of these things, whatever I have left is what I'm moving forward, basically. And it's a non-stop game. It's a non-stop game. So I hope this kind of answers your question. And yeah, if it takes me to go and work in McDonald's for a little while, yeah, I'll probably do that. It's not an issue. You know, we're all real people. Of course, there are other people out there, big influencers, who, I don't know how to say this. They earn from influencing, and that's their living. So that's what they do. So regardless what direction the market goes, they'll still be there because they earn from what they do. That's how they make their living. I'm not there yet. Maybe one day, then I can say, okay, I'm still going to continue making my videos and probably make some money from there or something. But that's not the reality. It takes a long, long time. And actually, the truth is, a lot of people don't know this. Most influencers and YouTubers, or whatever you want to call them, they don't actually make much money from the platform itself. It's the sponsorships and all sorts of other partnerships that actually make you the money. So say, for example, this channel was sponsored by somebody, then they would be paying per video, or say, for example, per week or per month or something like this. And we have a contract, and that's how the revenue comes in. So yeah, sponsorships is a very, very powerful thing. And yeah, that's what it is, partnerships and sponsorships. So I hope this kind of answers your question that what would I do and how would I make money? That's how it's not always about crypto, my brother. Crypto is one of those that you can, if you do it right, you set it up right, you can basically just set and forget. You know where you want to buy, you set and forget. Sleep on it, you sleep well. You know what direction the market's going, you know what to do, the actions, the reactions that you have to do. And then say, for example, the market's going down, now you know how to play the market again in a complete different way. So you have to plan, you have to have a strategy. Once you have all of these things, you've got your strategy, you've got your discipline, and you've done your risk management, you know exactly what to do. Now you're always 1 or 2 steps ahead, at least 1 step ahead of the game. By being 1 step ahead of the game, you'll do the right thing. So there are times when you buy, and there are times when you don't buy. Currently, I'm in the phase where I'm not buying anymore. All right. I've got my orders set. They're all ready to go and deploy as soon as it hits those targets. Limit orders are set. If it hits, it hits. If it doesn't make any difference to me. I'm just not going to go and buy every single day. So that's how I'm playing this game. And that way I can accumulate more and possibly even make a lot more as well. So I hope this kind of makes sense. I know it took it a bit lengthy, but there's always a reason why I try to explain to you guys. So, what the hell is going on here? Any other questions, guys? Guys, if you're new to the channel, smash those like button, hit that subscribe if you haven't already, and let's see where we go from here. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing anyway. So today the market is undecisive. Let's go into the market a little bit, actually have a look at the market. When we're looking at the fear and greed, at 45. Wow. Look at this sudden emotional change. I mean, look at this. This is fairly normal. And then all of a sudden, 45 from 27 to 45. I mean, is that how easy it is to manipulate people's emotions? You got to ask yourself, because that's what I'm seeing here. How all of a sudden the sentiment just completely went ballistic. This is danger. This is not right. Hmm. BTC, when it shows gray, it means there's nothing much happening. Ethereum bleeding, but everything else is pumping. Even Yearn Finance, remember Yearn Finance was pumping in the last few days. Today, it's one of the hardest hit because it's this darker red. So yeah, I mean, market's not what you think it is. Yes, some of these coins are pumping, but again, look at the bigger picture. Are they actually 25% up, or are they 25% up from where they were down to, from the lows? Do you know what I mean? Are they actually 25% up? The truth is no. Some of these coins are not. I mean, Engine, one of my favorite coins, it says 8.3%, but I know it's nowhere near its previous all-time high. It's still down. Let's have a look at ViewBase. Yeah, 4,442 BTC entered the exchanges. Be cautious, guys. Be cautious. Just be cautious. That's all I can say. Just be cautious. Yeah, BTC is still leaving. So we see BTC entering, but still BTC is leaving. Question is, where are they leaving? Not going to even bother talking about leverage radio or futures funding or anything like this, because look, it's just getting stupid, because again, emotions are being messed up with, right? A lot of emotions are in here. If you have discipline, zero emotion, you will not fall for this trap. I'm telling you. How many we got? 50,000 traders got wiped out. Mostly longs. Oh, am I surprised here? No. I said that to you yesterday as well. I said, guys, this is what happens. When you think the market's going a particular direction and you dive in without thinking and without being calm, you get wiped out. So the other day, bears were getting wiped out. Now the bulls are getting wiped out. Complete confusion. That's the reason why I'm not doing any leverage trading. Complete confusion. The only thing that we can be not confused about and actually be completely assured, if this market's still on play or not, is when I look at this. And this is telling me, no, the institutions are still bearish. So, and I'm not even bearish. I'm actually super, super bullish. But I'm super bullish because I want to pick up these dips around these target zones that I have. That's when I'm going to make the most amount of money, right? That's what I'm looking for. So, yep, I'm still going to hodl. I'm still going to wait. I'm going to see what the market does. As I said, for me, it's not enough. What I see here is not enough. It doesn't tell me the market is going to go and change everything all of a sudden. No, it just says to me, guys, yes, we've had one candle. So what? Right? We've had a candle. So what? Does that change anything for me? Nope, absolutely nothing. It doesn't change anything for me at all. We've had some green candles here. So what? Doesn't change anything for me, right? And especially when you start looking at who's in control, just 2 days. The bears have been in total control this whole time. Just 2 days, we finally came through. But even then, we're finding rejection. We're finding a lot of battle. A lot of I don't know what to say. There's nothing there. This is the problem. Very, very indecisive. That's what I'm seeing. No decision being made here, whether the bulls want to take it up or not. Bulls are struggling, and I understand, as I said, bulls are trying their best to protect these lines. Bulls are absolutely trying their best to protect these lines, but it's not easy. It's not easy. So Belgian, I hope your answer was, or your question was answered. And looking at this, I mean, just look at this. Just flipped red in front of us. Just flipped red in front of us. So indecisive. That's all I can say, guys. Very, very indecisive. And remember what I said to you yesterday as well. I said we don't need indicators. We just need a simple trend line. See the trend for what it is. Maybe the moving average, and we can see where it is. It's just not bullish at all. Stay calm, chill out. You'll be all right. Guys, if you've got any questions, fire it away. If you haven't, then we're not going to make this too long because I've got a few bits and bobs I need to go and do. So, yeah. Here's one of my favorite ones. I'm waiting for this one, by the way. So let's get rid of this one. I don't need this. I'm actually waiting for Crow to give me an opportunity. Because Crow, all I've been watching is how bullish we were here, complete control here, and now we've lost control, right? And of course we had this here. I missed this one. Imagine how much money I would have made there. But I'm seeing this, and yes, it's kind of following the market trend, but it doesn't tell me anything. It doesn't give me the signal to say, right, we're now going to start pushing back up again. It just does not give me that signal. So I'm going to be patient. All of these coins, by the way, guys, every coin here, you name it. So Eagle, this, that, you name it, any coin you can think of on this actual chart or my list here. I'm literally waiting for every one of them to come back, right? To come down and give me something bigger. And that means give me a bigger discount, because I'm not looking for what the pump is on a 24 hours. Like when people start looking at this, look, this one's done this one's done that. And I'm like, yeah, but what is it done in last 7 days? Or what's it done in last 90 days? I mean, XRP is still down 3.32% in the last 90 days. Cardano is down 40% in the last 90 days. That's a discount, in my opinion. So that's what I'm going to be picking at, obviously. DOT, 14%. Brilliant, I wouldn't look at this. Remember, I warn everybody about this one. Just be cautious about this. This is, Elon Musk gives you one single tweet and it pumps, and Elon Musk tweets again and it just dumps. So that's what's going on. But look at Matic. Here's a good example. In the last 90 days, it's up. Would I be buying this? No. If I haven't already bought it, I'm not going to be looking at this. But this stuff here, all I'm seeing is opportunities. These are opportunities, But looking at all of this, I want to also observe and see where the market is. Yes, they're opportunities, but is it the right time for me to go, or am I going to get a little bit more? Well, I'm going to smoke some hopium, and I'm going to say I probably can get a little bit more if the market bleeds down. So what do I need to do? Just be patient. Just be patient. Damn. What is your Crow prediction for longer term? Albin, I'm sure I've said it already. So we looked at Crow. We said anything up to, I think I said $16 was like kind of my target that I was looking at. $16. And that was based on some fundamentals that we talked about. Like if Crow gets the adoption and all the users come in, then we could easily see a 10x from where Crow is and where the cycle could be. And that would be on the next season. So this particular season, I was expecting about $1.60 for Crow. So, and then it could fluctuate. During a parabola, it could easily go 10x that, 100x that, easy, but we don't want to go over the top, and we don't want to be focusing too much on what the high is. The way you should be thinking is the high could be anything. The sky's your limit, right? How high can you go? As high as you can. That should be the answer, as high as you can. What you should be focusing on is how low can it go? Because if you are buying, a Crow, for example, and a Crow's, I'm just giving you an example, Crow's sitting at $1. You should be concerned about, is my dollar going to stay $1 or is it going to go to 50 cents? That is the key to success, is how low can it go? Because if you know how low it is, you know exactly where to buy, rather than you worrying about how high it's going to go, because that's the biggest mistake everybody does when they smoke the opium or the hype juice, right? You're falling in for the trap, how high it can go. So your emotions are totally messed up because that's how high I can go. Instead, you think reverse. You say, I don't care how high it goes. How low can I buy? If I can pick it up low, then if it goes to how high, whatever high it goes to, well, I make money. I see Prince Manan here. Question is, Prince, are you back or are you still abroad? Nice to see you here anyway. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm seeing. Pretty crazy, right? But remember, guys, it's all about, if you are, in this crypto market, to navigate this market, to do whatever, it's not about how high a coin can go, right? How high some influencer or some analyst told you, oh, Bitcoin's going to go to $1 million. Don't fall for that. What you need to fall for is how low can it go, and that's your entry. So if you're patient enough, that should be your entry. This is where you want to buy, you know? So remember, your entries are more important than anything else, because that's how whatever high it goes to, who cares? Who cares? Remember, I say this all the time, and I think I'm probably the only YouTuber that actually says this. I don't give a damn about the crypto, the coin, the team, or anything. I don't care. I'm in it for the money, and the only money I'm in it for is to take my initial investment out ASAP. After that, I don't care what happens to it. It could go to the moon or it could go to nothing. I don't care. Do you know what I mean? It's just got to be honest with yourself, right? But if your strategy is, let me enter, let me accumulate, let me take my initial out, nothing can harm you, nothing can impact you, nothing can affect you. You're always ready. You're always ready to buy more, buy more, buy more. As I said earlier on, I'll happily, constantly be buying. So I'm not stopping, but there's obviously depends on what season I'm in. Should I buy alt or should I just buy USDT? So yes, I am trying to stay in USDT or USDC, whichever, as much as possible. But right now, I'm not planning to pick up any of these because I know I might get the opportunity, and this is a probability that I might get bigger discounts. That's what I'm thinking about. Khalil Yusufi, sorry. Thoughts on the metaverse? I love the metaverse. I think metaverse is going to be fantastic. It's a whole breed of innovation. It's a new technology. I mean, it's not new technology, it's old technology. So the metaverse concept has been around for a long time. It's just a few people have decided to monetize on it, right? And it's coming, end of the day. It's going to be a very big thing for us. But it's still early stages. And ultimately, what I have actually said about this many, many times, that unfortunately market right now is oversaturated with too many copycats and actual scam projects as well, right? There's hundreds of them. But they're not all going to survive. So just be cautious when you enter metaverse projects. Just be totally careful, because when the big boys enter the space, companies like EA Sports or Activision, right? When they finally get the authorization, they can enter. Everyone else is screwed, right? Because being in the metaverse is one thing. Building some sort of a metaverse is fantastic. It's okay. When you gather the money, you can do something like this. And plenty of companies are doing this. And remember, the metaverse projects that you're seeing are pretty much the same people just rinsing and repeating it, doing it over and over again. Remember this, okay? I'm sure you can find some facts somewhere that's the truth. That the same people are just launching so many, just like putting fish hooks out, right? Whichever fish comes and taps me, I'm going to get it. That's what they're doing. Fish lines. But when the big boys, when the real authentic metaverse or VR, virtual reality game developers enter this space, trust me, it's going to be hardcore. So I'm waiting for those big boys to enter. Also, there are some metaverses that are already around. For example, I said metaverse has been around for some time. Decentraland or Mana, as you know, and the new, which is Sandbox. I am very bullish on those two. Engine, I'm very bullish on Engine as well. And technically, Engine is an NFT creation platform, and they're going to be coming out with some crazy stuff. They're building on Solana. They've partnered with Solana, and they're doing some crazy stuff there. So I am waiting. I'm waiting for the big boys, because I know the big boys, even Facebook, for example, if they launch a metaverse something coin, I'm sure someone's going to come up with something. I'll bet on that, because you just want to follow the money. Do you know what I mean? But everything else right now is just noise, and I'm very cautious how I tread. Very cautious about leaving my initial investment. So for me, if I put $100 in and $100 made me $110, guess what? The first thing I do, take my $100 straight away. I don't trust any of them to stick around. 99% of all metaverses will collapse. And when I say 99, trust me, there's still going to be hundreds, if not thousands, still remaining by the time this metaverse hype goes away. So we've seen hype cycles over and over again. We saw, after BTC was created, there was this massive hype about blockchain. Everything was about the blockchain. Then they stopped blockchains because half of them failed or scammed people. Then we ended up seeing all of these, when Ethereum came out, we saw all of these tokens, ICO, big ICO boom, right? And then they kind of vanished. They got kind of regulated, they vanished. And then we had this, all of a sudden, layer two, boom, boom, boom. Everybody's doing layer two, layer two, layer two. Layer two phased away, right? Still here, but what I'm saying is the noise kind of phased away. And then all of a sudden we had this DeFi boom, DeFi. DeFi kind of phases away. Then we had NFT, right? NFT. And now GameFi. So one after the other, you'll see something come out. There's always going to be this one project that makes it, and then you'll see this whole army of developers just trying to copycat, basically, just copy, and that's how they ruin the market, and this is how you lose the best gems. So for me, I'm sticking around with the best ones, the first ones, and the one with the biggest amount of money attached to them. So when we talk about Mana, Decentraland, or when we talk about Sandbox, I mean, Sandbox is technically even bigger than Mana right now. So that's where I bet my, where I'm putting my bets, basically, and see where it goes from there. So, but you got to be very cautious. As I said, when the big boys come out, they're going to wreck everything. Skin and Bone says, main reason I went into AXS was I first saw it was linked with proper games companies like Ubisoft. No, bro, where did you see that? It wasn't. It wasn't, bro. In fact, Axie Infinity is a game that was it's been around since like 2017 or 2018, by the way. I think it was 2018 it's been around. Underfunded, just sitting there. It was just a dead currency, just sitting there. Some influencers and this and that took it on board and they had some sort of an investment put in. And that's how they ended up pumping this. And once it got noticed, everybody jumped on the hype wagon. And the hype pushed it even further. The game itself is crap. Absolutely ridiculous. It's bonkers. I wouldn't play that. No way. I wouldn't pay anything for that. And the funny thing is, most people didn't. The people who entered the space and who created the hype actually didn't even have to pay much. During those times, it was just cheap. It was peanuts. They bought most of their characters for peanuts. And then once the hype started, their characters got worth a lot more. Khalil, why would you say they are good long-term investments? Mana, Sand, and DAR. Um, Funny you mentioned DAR. Sand and Mana possibly, and this is not a financial advice. Sand and Mana possibly. Mines of Darwinia, I'll say 50-50. So just be cautious about it. I personally didn't buy any DAR, but I did get a whole bunch of them for free for staking my BNB because that's what I do. I've got a whole bunch of BNB locked on the vault, and so every time something new comes out on Binance, they just throw it at me, and it's kind of good because I do get to receive some free coins, but I also get to see the value of them, and I get to observe them through that because they're just sitting in my wallet. And yeah, I mean, the concept is great. When you're looking at Mines of Darwinia, it's just a game. That's what I want to say. It's just a game. Whereas for example, Sand, you can actually go buy land, buy some NFT, build as a developer, and do all sorts of other crazy stuff. Now that is unique. You can do the same on Decentraland. So you can buy a plot of land, depending on how much experience you have, you can put your own thing in the server. You can literally build a game inside a game. That changes everything. So this is why, Mana and Decentraland and Sandbox, I would definitely be, looking at those two as a long hold. But again, if the market's going to give me some discounts, if this market goes into a bear market, I might hold some, but I'm sure I'll get better discounts in a bear market. Do you know what I mean? So I'll be looking at those. Um, um, or only short-term day trading? I mean, day trading is different story, right? So if you are doing day trading, if you're doing like, say a 4-hour session or a 6-hour session or 8-hour session, that's a different story. You can trade any coin. You can literally trade every single coin on this market without an issue. And let me just switch off a few bits and bobs. Actually, no, let me get something else. Let's keep it on this one. So what I want to show you is something very interesting here. So for example, if you want to trade like an 8-hour session, right? Or say I'll just do a 6-hour. 1 second, sorry. Give me a second. I should have it here. Yeah. So say for example, you want to do an 8-hour or a 6-hour session or a 4-hour session. Actually, let's do a 4-hour session. Just a 4-hour session. It's very simple. You can trade anything and you can always make money. Okay, so Ubisoft is a partner. Possibly. I'm not quite sure. I haven't really seen that myself. I will definitely do a nice little research on that. But again, as I said, for me, remember what I said, Skin and Bones. I don't care who the team is. I don't care how famous they are. I don't care if what would I say this? A lot of this, I just don't care. Put it this way. For me, every crypto is, I touch it with a pinch of salt, right? Means everything's a scam until it's not. But the reason I don't care is because I'm in it for a very short term to make sure I double my initial and get my initial out. After that, if the coin pumps even further, by all means. If it doesn't, I don't care. Do you know what I mean? So Axie is one of those that I've never been interested. In fact, check this out. I've never owned a single Axie. Yeah, I haven't. As I said to you, I wouldn't pay anything for this. I don't see the point of the game. I wouldn't pay anything for this. I wouldn't spend my time playing this crap. I'm telling you. It just give me Mario. I'll play Mario. Give me some Mario from 1990s. I'll play that all day long. I think it's a lot better than what Axie is. I just don't see the point. Rinse and repeat the same thing over and over again. I mean, you've got to be retarded to play that game. So again, for me, I just didn't see the point of it. I just didn't understand anything. I was like, nah, just doesn't make any sense. Maybe Ubisoft is a partner. I don't know. I haven't personally seen that info anyway. Now, if somebody's pumping that, that's a different story. Normally, Ubisoft, if they did come out with it, they would talk about it. I mean, let's just try this one second. Let's try something. Because now you got me curious. I want to see if Ubisoft is a partner of this. Because as far as I know, there was nothing like that. Let's have a look. Yeah, I don't care about those. Who cares about those? We can make all of this happen. Okay, so yeah, partners. Okay. Now, this is what does interest me. Listen to this, right? I don't care about Ubisoft. If they've become a partner, great. Maybe Ubisoft decided to buy this or something at some point or whatever. I don't know. Or probably they helped them develop it. Fine. When I see Aave, it's okay. I'm not that fussed about it. It's just there for AMM, market making is fine. Binance, obviously, Binance is an investor in great project. That's fine. Samsung, again, I'm not too fussed. Not. When I see Delphi Digital, I see money. So think about this. I see Ubisoft, okay. Game developers, fine. Aave, fine. Binance, everybody is fine. But when I see Delphi Digital, they're not crypto. So when you see a company like that from the brick and mortar coming in to put money, and they're a big company, I want to follow them. Does that make sense to you? So that's what I would do. And funny thing is check this out. This website, when it first launched, when I watched it, when I saw this website back in the days, it wasn't like this. So this is all new to me, by the way. It wasn't like this. In fact, I didn't see Samsung last time I saw it, and I didn't see Ubisoft last time I saw it. So I've got a feeling these are probably some fresh partnerships or something. I'm not sure what it is, but again, it is what it is. It doesn't matter, and we can't deny it. Of course, if they're saying it's a Ubisoft, that's fine, no problem. I've got a feeling maybe they are involved or they bought it, whatever the case is. Anyway, but great, good luck on them. You know what I mean? But what I was going to say was, yeah, if you're going to be trading it, you can literally trade this on 4 hourly, 6 hourly, whatever, and you can literally buy and sell on this stochastic RSI, right? So the trick here is you basically buy here. When you see the blue line leading, you buy, and when you see it go up here, you sell. You can buy, sell every single coin, any price. It doesn't matter, and you're always going to make money, right? You know, 4 hourly, hourly. That's how you do it. I mean, hourly is bad. Look at this hourly, it's looking bad. But the 4 hourly seems to be fairly good. Of course, you need to make sure you have your stop losses and make sure you understand your risk. But look, you can literally play this swing high, swing low, right? Continuously. I mean, swing low, swing high, right? So you buy it here, you see it's low, and then when it goes up, it dips, you sell. You wait, it comes back, and then you do that. So on a patience game, you can play this all day long. And of course, you make some little change, it doesn't matter, but you can do this, you can trade this. You just using stochastic RSI, nothing else. Very easy. But yeah, Skin and Bones, yeah, definitely. Ubisoft is definitely a partner, as I just shown it to everybody. Great. But as I said, again, it doesn't interest me, but Delphi Digital does definitely interest me. And, but again, I've missed the boat. So, here's another point to make. I've missed the boat. So when I realized Axis just jumped from, I think it was a couple of dollars, and it jumped to like $18, $19, I missed the boat. So if I've missed the boat, I'm not going to go chase it. Leave it. Albin says, see, for day trading, would the fees not take a big chunk of little profits you make? Well, it depends how much you trade. Because if it's 1%, it's still 1%. Whether it's $1 or $10 or $100, it's still 1%. Your chunk of fees is still the same percentage. So I don't know. I mean, if you make less than whatever the fees are, you shouldn't even be trading it. So imagine your fees are 1% and you traded and you made 0.5%. We shouldn't even be trading if you're making 0.5%. Does that make sense to you, right? Your fees will always be the same percentage, regardless whether you do a pound, whether you do $1, whether you do 1,000,000. It's the same percentage. That doesn't change. You as a trader, you need to see, okay, is it time for me to get out? Did I make 3, 4%, 5%, 6%? Can I get out now? If you can, why not? Remember, when I trade, when I do spot trading, or even, okay, I'm not going to talk about it, but the point is, sometimes I do leverage trading as well, right? So with the leverage trading, I always look for minimum 10%, because I'm on a leverage, I need at least 10%. But when I do spot trading, my minimum target after fees is 1%. If I can pay 1% fee and make 1%, I've done all right, And it doesn't change. Remember, whether you're doing $1 million or $1, $10, $100, $1 million, billion, whatever, fees are the same. So, guys, we're not going to continue any longer. I've got a few bits and bobs, as I said, I've got to do. So, guys, if you're new to the channel, smash those like, hit that subscribe if you haven't already. Let's grow this community, and let me just double check the chats and see what's going on. Refresh just in case others have come along and I haven't seen them. Let's see. But if not, guys, yep. Okay, so that's it. I think that was the last question, what Albin asked. I hope this kind of answered all of your questions, and we can have this type of conversation tomorrow as well, hopefully, and we can move forward with this. But I think I've briefly given an update on where I think the market is right now and how I kind of feel about it and where I want to see this market before we start making positive decisions. Putting our finances or going super bullish. We need to hopefully see those levels invalidated, obviously. So let's see. But as I said, trading, yeah, you can do little sessions. You can use the stochastic RSI to literally trade, but remember, everything has risk. Your trade is not always going to be a win-win. Okay, patience is the key in this particular game, and when you do certain things, you can also to discipline yourself, you need to also make sure you have your entry and exit points. If you think it's going to go higher, it probably isn't. Remember, the market will do the opposite of what the herd thinks. Remember this. So because the thing is everybody in this market especially, we can all observe what the market is doing because it's on the blockchain, it's open, right? So by having an open ledger, everybody can see what everybody's doing or what everybody's feeling. And when you feel in a particular way, you are going to get wrecked, because the thing is, there are people out there, you can call them manipulators, but they're not manipulating anything. They just see what you're doing and they just react on that, and you play into their hands. So just be cautious. That's all I want to say. And take care, don't lose any money. Skin and Bones says thanks, bro. Thank you to my brother. Khalil Yusufi says thanks, mate. You too, my brother. I hope to see you on the streams more often. And Albin, see you in a bit, my brother. Of course, you're gonna be asking me questions, right? But as I said, awesome, awesome, awesome. Listen, when we're here, and I've mentioned this yesterday as well. Anybody who's a genuine cryptocurrency fanatic or maniac or whatever you want to call them, they will always try and help the community. They're not going to be here asking you for money, funds, or anything like this. In this channel, I don't ask you for fees. I don't ask you to go on an education channel, pay me for some study groups, or pay me for some course or whatever, or some signals. None of that business here, guys. What you see is what it is. How I am now here on this stream is exactly how I am in real life. You can ask many of the people who have actually met me, seen me, exactly how I am. I talk, walk, do everything the same way. No difference. Same person in real life, same person on the show. I'm not here to entertain you guys. I'm here to give you facts that I see on the charts and my opinions and my views, obviously, and that's about it. No entertainment here, no financial advice, obviously. Adios, my amigos. Thank you very much for coming to the show. It's been an absolute wonder having you all here. And yeah, I'll catch you on another one very soon. Adios, my amigos.